What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Next Win podcast with your host, Aunt Ma, co-host Justin Vaseur, and Mr. Special Lender. We got William Wynn here today. Thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been a minute since we last filmed something, guys. Welcome back.
Thank you.
We all had a lot going on, you know. Before we get to what's been going on, which I think you guys will love to hear, is if you guys are new to this podcast, make sure you guys subscribe and follow us on all podcast platforms. We are on YouTube, Apple, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Google, and also TikTok and Instagram. So make sure to follow, subscribe. You guys got to comment on there. If you want us to keep doing this, we love talking about wins here. That's why we are back in the game to share a lot of our wins with you guys. Right? We got a lot of wins going on. So please comment, like. Tell us, what kind of things you want to hear, what type of guests, we can have on here, and we'll try for it. Okay. So what's been going on in the last few months, Justin?
Justin?
A lot.
Yeah. What's happened? What is the big thing?
One of the big things is, I bought a house.
Yay!
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
That must be an awesome feeling. I want to hear all about the process as being a first-time homeowner. But first, I got to ask you this question. What happened to the crash, dude? You bought a home during a crash or what? I thought you said there was going to be a crash. You bought a home?
I still think there's going to be a crash.
Then why'd you buy a home when there's going to be a crash?
We had this
Why didn't you wait?
a year ago, and then now...
Right?
Homeowner.
This guy was so adamant about a crash, but he bought a home.
Yeah, he was waiting for the crash to buy a home.
What happened? What happened with that mindset there?
I wasn't waiting for a crash to buy a home.
Oh, okay.
Okay, my bad.
I was just saying there was going to be a crash.
Later.
I don't know.
Well, wait, so what changed your mind though? Was something more important than waiting for a deal?
No, I mean, I don't feel like it changed my mind. I was just going with the idea that there was going to be a crash. But yeah, we've been looking for a home for the past year and a half.
Yeah.
And really what kind of changed things is we just ended up finding the right home, you know, the right price and everything. And then we're going to get married, and kind of just had this grand idea of getting married in our house and all that. So the stars aligned to have the perfect house, the perfect backyard, have the wedding there, and then
guys. So when we first started this podcast, Justin was a boy.
Yeah.
And today on this episode, he is a man.
He was talking about finances and how he's going to save up for a house. And I don't know if he's going to do it. And boom.
He's got a house. He's married. And man.
How's it feel? How's it feel to reach that goal, to be a homeowner? Is it what you thought it would be?
I think it is. I think it does change your perspective. You go from being scared and, oh, should I do it? Should I not do it? And then once you go through the process, you're like, okay, that was it.
Yeah.
The only thing now is you have a big payment. You know what I mean?
Does it scare you?
No, it doesn't scare me.
Nice.
Same thing as rent.
Yeah. It's just like rent. Yeah.
Here,
it makes you want to hustle a little bit better, or a little bit more. But
do you feel like a changed man?
Yeah. I think with any big goal, that you accomplish, something changes inside of you. And buying a house is pretty big.
I feel like when you buy a house, you have this big responsibility of this payment, and now you have a family to take care of, right? So the growth of that is so you can't really explain. You just feel like a different person, and your thoughts of the responsibility is so different from before you're a homeowner.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like no one can really understand that unless they own a home and the stuff they got to carry on them with it. But it feels great.
Yeah, it feels great. It can be overwhelming sometimes. Yeah. You're just oh, dang, this is a lot. But at the same time, it's yours in a sense.
Yeah.
It's yours. You can paint the walls however you want. You can change up whatever you want. You can do things in your backyard and, start living the life that you wanted without being so scared about, my neighbor's right next door. If I hit the wall, it's going to be too loud or whatever. So that's kind of a crazy idea. Like the other day we were playing, or we were watching a scary movie, and we had it pretty loud, and then
you screamed.
Yeah, it's like
who screamed like a girl?
We were like, "Do you think the neighbors can hear that?"
Yeah,
and then they can't. You know? So that was pretty cool.
That's cool. What was the first thing you did to your house? Was there something you had to do to your house?
Yeah.
We got the backyard done.
Ooh. Nice.
I mean, it kind of came with the package in a sense, but we had to ask for it.
Yeah.
But because we had the wedding coming up, we're like, we wanted it ready.
Yeah. Can you tell people, some of the expenses as a first-time homeowner? I don't think people understand, like, when you buy a new build like you did, it comes with your backyard is literally dirt.
Yeah.
Right. And you got to do the landscaping yourself within the first 6 months, or else you start getting fined for it.
Oh, wow.
So, how much does it cost to do a yard?
Well, we got like a basic package. It's just like a patch of grass, some rocks, and like some bushes and stuff.
Like real grass or fake grass?
Fake grass.
Okay.
Nice.
Turf. And I think the package was like $12,000 or something like that.
For like minimal yard work.
Minimal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Minimal.
How big is the yard? Like pretty big?
It's pretty nice.
What is it? You got like 7,000 square feet home, something like that?
Something like that.
Damn.
Yeah. The lot.
Nice.
Yeah.
A lot. Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's big.
That's really big. You can't
Yeah,
find
I
that in LA and Orange County.
It's one of the bigger backyards that we saw when looking at houses.
Yeah.
And that's what made us kind of fall in love with it. Same thing with the layout of the house. We really liked it. It has 10-foot ceilings, and then the living room has 12-foot ceilings.
Damn.
So like it feels kind of open, big.
Not
You know,
trapped.
Every homeowner, every home buyer, when they're looking for their home, they have an idea of what they're looking for. And, sometimes it changes as during the process, and then what they actually find is different. What was the most important thing for you when you're looking for a home? And then did you find that?
The most important thing was really just like open floor plan.
Mm-hmm.
We like that spacious feeling. Also 3 bedrooms, at least 3 bedrooms, and then an office.
Okay.
So with this house, we had the 3 bedrooms and an office, open floor plan, everything.
And so within finding those perfect things that you wanted, those features, what was more important? Was it price or location, or turnkey?
It was a combination of price and turnkey. We kind of just wanted to just move in,
Yeah.
And then the price, obviously, with today's interest rates,
Right.
or at the time, the interest rates, the monthly payment was like what we were trying to go for, or like the price of the home, or what we could figure out,
Right. I think at the time, at the time, rates were probably, what month was this? September? August?
That we closed, or
Yeah.
August.
So like, wow, we're talking about almost a year ago here. And at the rates, what were the rates at that time, William?
I think it was like
6 something, 7?
No, almost 7. I think, right?
7%.
Yeah, 7.
Well,
And you got a pretty good rate, I from what I remember.
I think you got a good realtor.
Or were
to
you
help
like
with all
under
that.
the 6s or?
Yeah, it was 5.75.
5.7. Man, who was your realtor,
who's your
dude?
realtor? And you know what? And being a lender and a friend, they came to me and I'm like, you could take that deal. You take that deal.
So
Yeah, I was like having such a hard time with that, but it's like sometimes you just got to move forward.
Yeah,
what I mean?
I mean,
we were talking back and forth and all
Yeah.
that stuff. So like when it comes to refinancing, obviously, like we could talk to you about that.
Don't worry.
So,
What I always tell like our clients, right? We want the best for our clients,
Mhm.
right? We just want to take care, especially our friends. So I ain't mad at nothing. I'm very, very happy for you.
You got your house, right?
Yep.
And then
I still haven't been there, so just saying.
yeah, I mean, and then you got you're going to do when the rates go down. I mean, you're such at a good rate, right? 5.8 or 5.7. And once it goes lower, you got William, and that's when, it'll be fine.
Yeah, we were talking to our neighbor. Their setup is actually really nice. They have the same floor plan. It's just reversed, and then they got like the corner lot. So they got this big
Backyard.
Backyard. They put a pool in it already and all that stuff. But she was talking to us, and she was like, "Yeah, we we ended up getting a good rate, and we got like a 6.9. And I was like, oh man.
Yeah. How did that make you feel?
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
Did they know what rate you got? Nah.
nah.
So like, how does it feel when, the whole year people are telling you the rates are high, and like you got this amazing rate that no one else got and didn't even know that you could get it? Like how did it, I don't know. Did you think you could get something like that, or like what was going through your mind?
Well, yeah, I know that some of the companies offer like certain incentives or, certain money to go towards the house or towards the interest rate, things like that. So there's a bunch of things that you can work around to get to where you want to be, regardless of the situation. Like if you want to do something on the house, or if you want to do something with the interest rate, or, you want to add a few more features to the house, there's always like things that you can bounce around. And, we just ended up finding a good deal in that sense. And then
I think it does take a lot. And I'm not trying to boast you here, but a good realtor will help a lot. I think Anson does good in those situations where it gets extra deals and stuff. So
just about like figuring out, okay, what can we do to get what you need? Yeah. And it ended up working out pretty well because like the house that we want, or the house that we got, had most of the things that we wanted. And that's what I was looking for. Because like we would look at different houses, and then it just wasn't hitting. You know what I mean? And so for me, I was like, I'd rather go with something that has the floor plan that we want, that has like the layout and things like that, the backyard, than have to be stuck in a smaller backyard, smaller plot of land or something.
Is there something that you think you gave up with buying this home?
Gave up.
Whether it was a feature or a location,
Maybe location a little bit.
Okay.
I would have liked to be more in the Summerlin area, but now we're like northwest kind of area.
Yeah. Do you regret it?
What's that?
Do you regret it?
Not necessarily, because it has like pros and cons. The pro is that it's like really quiet right now.
Yeah.
It feels like nobody goes out there, so it feels pretty safe. It doesn't feel so clustered. And then the way they're building the community feels almost kind of like Summerlin-ish, where it's like all these different paths to go running. They have like a bunch of different parks, and like there's a BMX track right next to my house. Like
sick.
literally like
it's
like a 4-minute bike ride to the BMX track.
What happens if I bring my kids with their training wheels? Can they ride on it?
Yeah.
or us. We go
ride on it.
Yeah. Old men riding some BMXs park. But that's what I like about out here. Like people don't know that. The only thing about Vegas is a strip, right?
Yeah.
But dude, there's so much out here, like nature and park. It's so very nice out here.
I mean, that's the same as LA too, right? Everyone thinks like, oh, you can go to Hollywood, you can go to Disneyland and stuff, but there are BMX parks.
Yeah, but not like out here though. I'm just saying like.
No, they have it. Like, like they have one in La Puente.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that, but it's a whole skate park.
But like the feel, like this is like an Irvine feel back in.
Yes, it is an Irvine feel.
Yeah, it's like an Irvine feel out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The neighborhood's nice. It feels like community based a lot.
Yeah.
And then our neighbors are cool. And then we were like one of the first houses to be built in that street.
Yeah.
OG.
Yeah, and so
it's my block.
It's cool to see like the progress. Like right now, like when we got our house, the house next to us wasn't even. I think it was like a dirt lot or something. Shit. And then now people are living in it.
How many homes do you think have built now since you've lived there?
Oh, a lot.
Damn.
So how much do you think your house is worth now?
I don't know.
You think it's went up because, have the prices gone up in that community?
Yeah, I feel like it has to have gone up like $20,000 already.
Damn. Yeah, because it goes by phases, right?
Because online I would see the base price go up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it went from like $490 to $510, $520, and right now I think it's at like $540 or $560.
Sublime.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's been going up, and then they're selling the model homes.
Mm-hmm.
And those ones
almost done then.
Yeah, they're almost done, and I think those ones are going for like 8 something.
Wow.
Yeah, 850.
Nice. So, question here, since this is the Next Win podcast, out of all the things you got from this new home, the growth that you got as, things in your life during this time, what do you think has been the biggest win for you?
This year?
No, with
sorry.
that during that whole time with the house.
Buying the house.
Yeah. I guess if we can break it into a micro part, what was the biggest win with buying the house?
Damn.
Was it
Hard-hitting
was it was it the house itself with the layout? Was it the
accomplishing your goal?
Accomplishing the goal, or was it the rate? Was it the credit? What was the biggest win here? Because there's a ton of wins that you had, and I don't think we talked about every single win that you've had.
Yeah,
on this deal.
I think it's just securing the house. I think it's just it
Nice.
sets forth the next phase in life.
Yeah.
I think.
It's like you climbed a hill, but now there's another hill to climb, type of thing.
Yeah. There's another hill to climb. I think it just pushes that progression forward in life to where it's like, okay, now we're going to start a family. Nice. And not that you need a home to start a family, but like
your goals.
Yeah. For me, I've always believed in building the foundation first.
Yeah.
So like, having the home, making it a home, and then having a kid,
Yeah.
I think that's like a progression that I've always foreseen for myself. And it's almost like becoming a reality, and it's kind of crazy to think like, this is how we're doing it the way I saw it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Can I tell you what my win was for you as your realtor? Obviously, finding the home that you love was the highest, right?
Yeah.
Aside from that, in a transaction kind of lens, my biggest win for you was the big amount of credit that we got back.
Mm-hmm.
Can we share that amount?
Yeah.
What was it, like 30 grand?
Yeah, it was like 30 grand.
We got you 30 grand credit, on a brand new house. And I just remember, the salespeople at that community were like, I don't know if I can get you this. This is way too much. I can tell you that they're probably going to say no. And like, I fought so hard to be like, we got to try it. I want them to try it. We got to hit this. They're going to use it for lowering their rate and for, doing things to their house. And I was just so adamant about that, and fucking got it, dude. Like, to me, that was the biggest win. Getting that amount of credit.
It's a big win. And I don't know how what Ant says, because I deal with elder realtors, and I always end up telling my client to go with Ant, because I don't know what he says, the way he talks or something, but he gets shit done, dude. It's crazy.
I mean, that's why. I told William how much credit you were getting, and he's like, "Oh, fuck it, dude. Go with their lender." You know what I mean? Like, that was the deal, guys. Is like, if I got him this credit, he had to use the builder's lender, and instead of Justin using William, which he got a pre-approval from, William said he blessed him with going with the lender because he wanted you to get that win, right?
It's all about everyone winning.
So that was my biggest thing, and
I know we talked about it for a year. Right. And some people are like in this situation now where they're looking for a house for a year. What made you keep going? Was there a point where you wanted to give up looking for a home?
Nice question.
Yeah, there was a point where I wanted to give up. We were deciding like, should we like kind of slow down and kind of just wait for like to build a home and like pick all the stuff, because our house was what do you call it? It already had the stuff picked out.
Oh, spec'd.
Yeah, spec'd out. Yeah. And what was cool about it is that it still had most of the things. There's a couple of things that maybe we would change, but for the most part, like, we loved it.
Yeah.
Like the kitchen island. Like, we've always wanted a big kitchen island, but we didn't get that. But we got like.
But it's still big.
Yeah, it's still
bigger
nice.
than a normal house.
Yeah, it's still nice, and then. But what we did get was like the nice shower, cool flooring.
Here's one thing that I think a lot of people don't think about when they're buying a home. They go look at homes and they're like, you know what? I don't like the color of the kitchen cabinets. I don't like the color of the tiles and whatnot. And I know you and your wife were having that issue as well. Like, you didn't like the cabinet colors, right?
Yeah.
And you're deciding, I don't want this house. But there was the $30K credit that we got. Right?
Yeah.
And so, you decided to actually paint your kitchen cabinets, right? You hired someone to paint it, which was a whole process on its own. But you know, like
compromise.
How much money did you spend on changing the color of the cabinets that you wanted?
Yeah, I mean, you know? Like even like when looking at other houses, they would have the cabinet color that we wanted, but then it wasn't the layout that we wanted. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'd rather buy something that has the things that like you can't change the flooring of or the floor plan of your house. I mean, you can knock down walls or whatever, but it's more work. It's, you know, whereas I can just paint the cabinets. Yeah. You know, so that's why we like this house, because we have the flooring, we have the land, we have the backyard. Yeah. All we have to do is change the paint of the cabinet. You know what I mean?
Why do you think most people won't even do that though? They're just like, I don't like it, and then they don't buy the house.
I have no idea.
Is it because they have no idea how much work or how much it would cost? You know?
Yeah, probably.
Like
it's.
I think they're just scared and looking for a reason to not get into it, in my opinion.
Like, I think your process of getting it painted was a little bit of a hell.
Oh yeah, right? It was kind of
because
crazy.
there were some mistakes in there. But even with the mistakes that happened, was it still worth it?
Yeah, it was definitely worth it. Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
And what I quickly found out is like, there's always going to be things that are going to go wrong. You know. So we had an issue with our backyard. We had an issue with the cabinets. Right now we have an issue with the heater and all that stuff. Yeah. Luckily, it's all like under warranty and all that stuff. But it's like, these things are going to happen whether you buy a new house, old house, or whatever. Yeah. Like, it's going to happen. Yeah. And
that's
you
part
just
of
gotta
home ownership.
Yeah, you just got to work through it. You know, be tough on the guys and be like, yo, like, I'm not paying this until you guys fix it. You know, kind of thing. Where, yeah, it's always, if people are thinking about the headache of painting it, like, there's going to be a headache regardless of the situation, you know what I mean? Like somewhere else, or
it's a part of owning a home.
Or you're going to look at the cabinets and be like, yeah, you know, damn, like, you know.
So you painted the cabinets, and now you have the kitchen that you want. So you have everything you want in this house, and it only cost you painting the kitchen, which was how much?
I think it was almost $2,000 or no, was it?
Good,
no, I think it was,
you know what I mean?
Think it was less, actually. I think it was $1,200.
You got the home you wanted, and all you had to do was paint that shit for $1,200.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why people are so scared to be like, yeah, let's change the colors, let's change the backsplash or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dude,
people don't want to compromise. Like,
it's crazy. They just want to find the perfect home, but it's like,
there is no perfect home.
Yeah, there's always got to be some sort of sacrifice.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, the more you live in the home too, you kind of figure out like, okay, we could have gotten something like this or whatever.
Yeah.
Like for us, like I think having an extra, because we have the living room, but we don't have like a secondary living room that some houses have, you know. Not that we need it or anything, but it's kind of cool to have separate areas to kind of chill at. So like, you know, even if you have a 2-story house, sometimes they have the loft and upstairs.
Where the family
so that's cool.
hang out.
Yeah. So right now,
visitors.
Yeah, right now we're trying to refigure out how we're going to utilize the rooms, the office space. We're thinking about.
Yeah. But it's a good problem to have.
yeah, it's cool. We're thinking about utilizing the office space as like a hangout area.
Yeah.
I wonder where we're going to hang out there.
Yeah, he already invited us off camera.
He invited you, not me.
No, he said both of us.
I'm just messing up.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I think it's been a crazy
journey,
especially this year. It's like a lot of stuff going on.
We never gave up.
When William asked you about, you know, did you ever think about giving up, and you said yes, was this before you asked me to jump in and help?
Yeah, before we started looking at stuff. Or it kind of, like I kind of got that feeling too as we were looking, because it's like, okay, we find a house, but then it's also too much. Or we find a house and like we can't negotiate the price or whatever.
That was like that crucial window of us looking at homes, and you're like, everything's over budget. And that's where I had to step in and really push for these credits to get us there.
Yeah.
Right. And I called not just that builder, but I called several builders seeing if they can do that.
Yeah.
And one was like, yes.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, this is why some people are like, you know, you don't need a realtor. Like, you have no idea what a realtor does. You know what I mean? Until you're in these situations. And so, you absolutely need someone to support you.
Yeah,
definitely.
the salespeople at those builders, they're there to make money, and their priority is the builder, not you. Your agent's for you.
Some people think like, if the agent tries to negotiate a lower price for you, then they get less commission, so they're not going to do that. It's like, I don't give a fuck about my commission. I want you to get what you want. You know what I mean? Like, I can go sell more houses and make that money back. I don't care. I never think about my commission. I just think about like getting you what you want and you to be happy, because this is the biggest step of your life.
Yeah.
Right. It's such a life-changing moment that you only want people to be happy. So
yeah, when we first started looking too, we would see kind of like a price breakdown with the current interest rates, and then you would see like 4,000, almost 5,000 at some points. Like,
yeah,
I think one time we were when I was looking, the interest rate was like almost 8% or something like that, and it was bringing like the same house that we bought, the mortgage is like 4,500 or 4,600. Yeah. And I'm like, that's not gonna happen, know. And it sucks because it's kind of like a normal house, know.
But those are all like little advertisements like we saw, right? Like online and stuff. Not like someone actually like me or Aunt sitting.
It wasn't. It was a sit down, but it wasn't like with the lender. It was like with the builder, and they kind of like. They're just estimating things. Yeah. It was a good breakdown to see, like, okay, what the cost of everything is and like what things could potentially be. But it wasn't like, with my credit score or anything like that.
That's right. It's always good to have a team, like I'm saying, like your team on your side, kind of, hey, this is what we can do. Let's make it happen, type of thing. So
yeah, they just take like averages and like ask you about your down payment, and then they estimate it, and I'm like, okay. Well, that's where we're going to roughly be at. We got to do this to be here, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But
all right. I got a question for you. So now that you're a homeowner, the lens changes a bit and your perspective changes now for the future. Where do you see yourself in 5 or 10 years with this house? Like, is this... in 5 years, are you outgrowing and buying another home? Are you selling it? Are you going to rent this out? Like, what is your end goal with this house?
I haven't really thought that far into it. I don't really foresee us outgrowing it. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I think...
I think it's still a new house. It's still
a new house. So I got to
figure it out.
Yeah, figure out as life goes on. Right now, like we've had a few family parties and things like that, and everything feels comfortable. Everything feels good.
Felt great to have family parties. And were you invited?
No, I wasn't invited.
What the fuck?
Damn,
stupid. I was just kidding, Justin.
No, we got this whole ass 2025 coming up. But
I'll look out for my mail or email, right?
Okay, your email, your invite.
I need a next time. I need
invite.
a Christmas card from you in your house with your wife and dog.
Okay. Oh, okay.
There you go. I like that. I like that.
But yeah, like it's comfortable. The backyard's comfortable. We had our wedding there.
Yeah.
So, congratulations.
And we had
congrats,
thank you.
Congrats.
And then we had 60 people there.
Wow.
I believe. Yeah, I think it was 60, 50 or 60.
Big ass yard, dude.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And all like just family. That's just family,
Damn.
It was crazy to kind of like fit everybody there.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like the idea of the space, And then what I do see is more of like investment properties. Like this could be maybe a forever home in a sense. And then we're just like buying little condos or little properties in other places. Like we went to Spain. Yeah. It'd be nice to have a spot there. It's pretty affordable there.
Way ahead, yo.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I like that though.
Yeah. Like in Dominican Republic, there's a couple of spots that are pretty cool.
What's awesome is I love this type of talk because normally when someone buys a home, they think about the future and like trading up, selling this one and getting a bigger home as their family grows and stuff, and this is like the perfect home where it's pretty big, for you guys, and you can still have a kid and still live there. The biggest regret I've ever had, because I'm on This is my third home, right? My biggest regret that I've ever had was selling each home to trade up for bigger. There's no way I could be in a bigger house every time without selling my home, you know, but I really wish I found other ways to keep all those homes to rent out. You know, and that's my biggest regrets, like selling each home.
Yeah, the only thing that I could foresee is maybe getting a spot with like a bigger yard.
Yeah.
That's about it. Like, I don't think the size of the home is really that like crazy to me. Like, I don't need to have a 5,000 square foot home or anything.
Yeah.
But like the lot, the backyard would be cool. Like, have a nice pool, maybe like a pickleball court or like a basketball court, something, you know, BMX track. I don't know.
Like big.
Yeah. Just kind of have a little, some few things in the backyard to kind of.
Like your oasis.
Yeah, your oasis.
I like
Just
that.
chilling, running around.
I remember,
Naked.
you know, like a year ago when you were talking about, you weren't even talking about buying a home. You were just saying like, why do people buy homes for? You know, they're gonna buy this home for like 500 grand, and they're gonna end up paying like 800,000 at the end.
Yeah, you did say
you know,
that.
and all those things. Like,
good memory.
What changed your mind with that mindset of like, why? I don't think I'm ever gonna buy a home. To damn, I got one.
I mean, I still think that, like, when you look at your invoices or whatever, your payments, you realize how much goes into interest, you know, and then how much you end up paying for the home. And it's still ridiculous. Yeah. But I think if you have a plan to kind of mitigate that, then, you know, you can follow up on that plan, and then you're not paying that much.
Like I always said, a 30-year mortgage is not really a 30-year mortgage. Like, either you pay it off sooner or sell it, you know?
Yeah.
I just feel like, you know, at the end of the day, your life is the most important thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's not always about the financials, the numbers. Like, obviously that's a big thing and you want to avoid it, but the end goal of your life is to live a happy life.
Agreed.
And so even if you go into debt buying a home, and I'm not saying go into debt to where you can't afford the home, because I will never let that happen for any of my clients. You're going to buy a home that you can afford for the rest of your life. That's my number one goal, right? So like, it's good debt when you buy a home, but I just feel like your end goal is, to have a home for you and your family, right? And to be comfortable. It doesn't matter how much interest you got to pay at the end.
I think it's to enjoy life, because life is short.
Yes.
Very short, my friends.
That is the end goal.
Yeah. I think that's definitely the most important thing, like, you know, making those memories and, and all that stuff. And again, like, there's ways to kind of mitigate those, that interest, you know, how much you're paying. So if you have an affordable payment, then, and you're, you know, you have a good situation for you, then you could always throw extra, tack on extra.
Yeah.
It depends on your goal. You know, some people don't believe in paying off your house, but I do. You know, I believe in paying it off. So it's, I've seen a couple of TikToks where like people are working on it, you know, and it's cool to see their progress to own a home. You know, the only thing that does suck is like property taxes, and you know, you're like, bro, like after you pay off your home, you're still renting your house, kind of, you know,
the land.
Yeah. So I think that would be cool to get rid of.
Yeah, I think property taxes is the biggest scam in America. Like, I don't understand why this is land of the free, but we're actually paying for the land.
Renting land.
You know?
Why?
Yeah. I mean, for me, like, I get the taxes, like, where they go, but I think...
Where does it go?
Streets. It's supposed to be for the streets or schools or something like that. Yeah. And so...
Police.
The crazy thing is, like, you have HOA, you have...
Oh, yeah. You know, HOA is the biggest scam. That's what I'm saying, dude. HOA is the biggest
I don't know if it is. I used to think that, but now I think HOAs are the best.
Why? That should be for another topic, but I'm just saying.
Well, like, to keep it short is, you know, when everyone has an HOA, all the houses look great because HOA is on your ass to make your house nice. And when I go to places that don't have HOAs, they look like trash.
Okay.
You know, so like, you know, right now I'm trying to buy investment property and I'm trying to look at places with no HOAs. And I'm like, oh, this is a great place for me to buy and flip. And I'm looking at the neighbors like, fuck, who's going to buy my home after I flip it so nice? And this guy's house looks like trash next door.
Naked guy standing outside, you know what I mean? Like, hey, what's up?
Yeah. So that's why I don't know. It's a it's a coin toss now.
Yeah, it is crazy to see like the HOA, and then also you have like the master plan.
Yeah, in Vegas, yeah, it's a
I'm
little
like,
bit more.
bro, like that is crazy.
Yeah, but you do have like the amenities of the master plan, right? You got like your
Parks.
your parks, get those IDs to have access to all those things, right? They have classes every week if you want to do some Tai Chi, some yoga, swimming, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I gotta look into that because it doesn't seem like we have much.
Yeah,
I mean, we have like a nice layout in a few parks, but
yeah, you got some pretty big parks, man. There's one that's really big there.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think buying a home is definitely a game changer.
Yeah. All right. Before we close out this episode, let's have Justin share one piece of advice for everyone who's, I guess, looking for a home or thinking if they shouldn't buy a home, or what's the advice you can give them?
The advice that I can give them is that the process is not as scary as you think. Like if you're afraid of the process and going through this, like what if this happens or whatever, like I don't think it's as scary as people think.
Especially when you have a good realtor that's saying a good team.
Realtor can't do it all, man, because I've had clients that freaked out during a contract and we won the offers and then they back out because they're so scared to sign it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what happened?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of crazy because the process felt long and short at the same time.
Yeah.
Because you're like signing all these documents and like sending documents and things like that. And then you see like the what do you call it? The status of your application. Like it's what is it called? Conditionally approved. You're just waiting to get like fully approved and blah, blah, blah. Like how much more? But then like once it's done, you're like, wait, that kind of went by fast,
It seems overwhelming, but it's very quick.
It's overwhelming because they're asking for everything fast.
At once, yeah.
Yeah.
So it is fast.
Yeah, it is.
Once you get over it, it's easy peasy.
Yeah. And then, there's terms that you don't understand sometimes. So you got to look them up or ask you to kind of like clear those up. But yeah, it's not as scary as you think. I think if you have a vision, if you have an idea of like what you want your life to be, I think it's already happened. You just got to manifest it here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
just put it into action
and pull the trigger. Yeah. Just do it.
Mm-hmm. Put some skin in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
That's good advice, man. Thank you. So if you guys are on the fence about owning a home, Justin was a perfect example from, doesn't know if he was going to buy one to now has one and he's so happy. And, it's probably one of the biggest wins of his life, along with being able to get married there.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that was crazy.
It's incredible to watch you from the start of this podcast to now where you're at. And I'm sure if you guys have watched us from the very beginning, you are probably also proud of Justin.
Yep.
And this is why we have him as a co-host. You know what I mean? Like he's just like everyone else in the world where, he was trying to buy his first home and he learned everything from this podcast. And here we are, man. Mm-hmm. Just trying to have everyone get their wins.
Yeah.
So
thank you guys for the support too.
Of course,
appreciate you guys. So.
Love seeing wins. Yeah. Love seeing you wins and everyone win.
All right, guys. So if you love this episode, you guys got to comment. Congratulate Justin in the comments, and then tell them that you're gonna buy a home through me and William as well. All right, hit us up, or hit up Justin if you have any questions, so he can help you as well. Make sure you buy your home. Make sure you guys follow, subscribe on all podcast platforms: Spotify, Apple, Amazon, iHeartRadio, TikTok, and Instagram. The Next Win Podcast, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.